Hey Victoria, okay, ready for your third workout. I am super casual and in my flip-flops and barefoot today, so just being really comfy and casual. We're gonna have you start out with a warm-up, and it's gonna be a runner's lunge combo. So you're gonna take one knee in, come into runner's lunge, keeping that back leg straight. Then you're going to bend the back leg and straighten the front one and pop that toe up, feel that nice stretch in the back of the leg. You're gonna step forward, come back to standing, other leg, bring that knee in, kind of watch out for your balance, hold on to something if you need to. Come into that runner's lunge, back leg is straight, you're keeping that front knee over the ankle. Then you're going to straighten the front leg and bend that back one and pop up that toe, feel that stretch in the back of the leg. So I'm gonna have you do that 4 more times on each leg, so 5 times total. Then we're going to start with some really slow squats. We're gonna have you do 15. So let's have those legs wider than shoulder distance apart. Shoulders are back and down in the sockets, core is tight. All the body weight is in the heels. We're gonna inhale down, exhale up, squeeze the glutes. Really nice and tight, so keep that chest lifted. Just warming things up. Just body weight, nice and slow. After that, you're going to do some marching in place for 30 seconds. Just getting that heart rate up. Think about using the core. Lift those knees. Then we're taking to a little bit of a jog for another 30 seconds. And then the last thing you're going to do are good old jumping jacks. I'm gonna have you do 25 of these. Good old jumping jacks, just like this. Opening those legs up wide. And if it's bothering your shoulder to bring those arms up, then you can just do those half jacks, just like that. Okay, first part of the workout are gonna be triangle push-ups. So, or diamond push-ups, you can think about them either way. You're gonna connect your index finger and your thumb, come down onto the ground, and again, like I've explained, you can do this on the against the wall if you want, and you can do it on your knees like this, inhaling down, exhale up. If that's a little difficult, there's a lot of tricep work. You can shift those hips back so that they're on top of the knees like this. So inhale down, exhale up, a lot of tricep work. Keep that core tight, either way you do it. And if you do decide to do them like this, make sure you're squeezing the booty and keeping the core really tight. And another thing you can do that I do sometimes is I combine a combination of doing them kind of that stretched out way on my knees, and then a couple with maybe shifting my hips back. So a combination, if I feel strong enough and I feel like my form's not being sacrificed, I'll do it in a more full out way, and then I'm feeling kind of tired, I feel like my form's kind of being sacrificed and kind of going out the window, then I modify and take it back a couple notches. So that way you get a combination of doing it both ways, and it's more difficult when you have the ability to do it and you have the power, and then kind of taking it back like I said. Okay, next we're going to do 10 weighted squats. So I'm going to have you grab 5-pound weight and put it on each shoulder. You can stack it up here, so it's kind of resting like between the shoulders and the neck. And we're going to take the feet in a little bit closer than we did when we originally started. I'll do it from the side just so you can see a little bit. Got my chest lifted, core is tight, all the body weight is in the heels. These are going to be really slow. So inhale down, exhale up, tip those hips forward at the very top, just like that. So really feel it, nice and slow. Slow burn, squeeze the booty on the way up. So you have 10 of those. Next, I'm going to have you do ankle taps, and we're going to do these for 30 seconds. These are great because you can modify, do them fast, slow. The faster you do them, the harder they are, but they're difficult no matter what. So my hair's going to probably come out of this bun that I put it up in, so it'll probably get crazy in a second. But this is how you do these. You're going to connect your right hand with your left ankle, and you're going to speed it up. So just alternate, just like this. Try to stand up straight, and you're bringing those elbows up and back, just like that. So fast movements, keeping the core tight. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. You have 30 seconds of those, and whew, let's get my heart rate up. Next, we're going to do alligators, and we're going to have you grab 5 pounds, and we're going to do 10 of these. And if these bother your shoulder, let me know. I think you said that it's more of like overhead movements that bother you. So if this bothers you, let me know, and we can modify if needed. So take those feet a little wider than shoulder distance apart. Shoulders are back and down in sockets. Core is tight. Belly is, like I said, super nice and tight. You're going to put your hands together like this. You have palms facing. You're going to exhale as you lift those arms up. Inhale back down, and then swap the hand placement. Open and close. So it's like an alligator. That's 1. So you have 10 total. So you should really feel that in the shoulders, feel it in the back and the core. Those get tough quickly, so if you decide that it's better to use just body weight, or if you have access to like 2 or 3 pounds, that's also a good alternative. Then we're going to have you do around the world lunges, and we're not going to use any weight for these. We'll have you do 8 full sets, and I'll demonstrate what these are. So you're going to step forward, starting on the right leg, forward lunge, come back to center, then side lunge, come back to center, and I'm going to move forward because otherwise I hit the wall, but then you're going to step back and then back to center. Then repeat everything on the left leg. So step it forward, push it back, side lunge, push it back, and then come backwards, and then returning back to starting position. So 1 full rotation going each direction. That's 1. You have 8 total. When you do these, make sure that the body weight is in the heel, and you push off that heel to come back to center, not to pitch forward to get that momentum. If you need to, have a chair or something or a wall to hold on to kind of help you keep that balance. Then we're going to do 3-way rows, and we're going to have you do this with 7.5 pounds. You can come to 5s if you want. We're going to do 10 of these total. So I'll show you what 1 set entails. You're going to hinge forward at the hips. Body weight is in the heels. Toes can be lifted. Shoulders back and down in sockets. Use that core as always. Palms start down. You're going to travel up this diagonal trajectory. So you're going to exhale. Then palms face each other. Now palms up. That's 1. So same thing. Keep the core tight. And rotate. Just like that. So it's palms down first, then palms facing, and then palms up. And every time you bring those, you bring the weights up, really think about keeping the core tight, bringing those arms back as far as you can, engaging all the back muscles. Elbows want to come wide, then come narrow, and then stay narrow again. So those are really good. Love to work the back. Then we're going to do 10 chair squats to lateral leg lift. And going to the right and left, that's 1 set. Right and left, that's 2. So I'll show you kind of from the side, or a couple, I'll put it on and then I'll show you from the side. You're going to have your feet together like you're going to sit back in a chair. So really narrow. Body weight is in the heels, no weights in the toes. Squeeze the booty, shoulders back and down in the sockets, core is tight, chest is lifted. You're going to inhale down, and then exhale as you lift that leg to the side. Inhale down, exhale as you lift. So that's 1 set. When you do these, really think about squeezing the glutes as you come up, and there's no momentum when you lift that leg to the side. I'm not coming very high, as you can see. It's all using those obliques. You should feel that. It's like crazy right there. Obliques, core, booty, and leg. So really think about lifting, and make sure that that toe, both toes are still facing forward. You're not turning it out. You're keeping that toe facing forward, so you can see it's the side of the foot that's raising up. So you have 10 of those total. Maybe it's a good thing that I'm barefoot today so you can see the foot placement. Then we're going to do 30 seconds of toe taps. So your gym might have like a bench or something. long as you have some surface, it doesn't have to be as high as this chair, but whatever you've got, you're gonna be tapping the toes on it. So you can go slowly if you want, or you can move a little faster and get that heart rate up. So 30 seconds. Keep the core tight, just tap those toes, alternating feet. Then we're going to do, come straight into holding a squat, down like this for 30 seconds. So it's going to be difficult after you did those toe taps, your heart rate's high, so to hold this static motion, this is going to be tough, but you can do it. Keep the core tight, actively squeeze the booty, set the weight of your body back into the heels. You can lift the toes and just hold it here. If you get a little tired, little pulses can help. 30 seconds. Whew, and I feel that now. That'll get you. And then we're going to do with 7.5 pounds or 5. Let me know again what you find is best. We're going to do in and outs for the biceps with the weights. So having the feet a little wider than shoulder distance apart, shoulders back and down in the sockets, chest is lifted, core is tight, palms up, holding the weights. Hold them together. I'm going to go out and in. That's 1. That's 2. 3, and moving on just like that. So it's really tight. I'm trying to really come wide and back together. Then you will repeat that again. So doing that twice through, and then for core, you're going to come down, and we're going to start with inner thigh. Just move this out of the way. So come down onto your back. Put your arms by your side. For support, you're going to straighten those legs, lift them, turn the toes out, flex the feet, lower them with the legs just to the point where you feel like you can keep that back flat on the floor. And if you'd like to, you can lift the shoulders, head and neck off the ground, but if you do, make sure that chin is always going to ceiling. So not crunching in, but looking straight up. You're going to do little pulses, just like that. Really feel that lower core engaging. Make sure that you have no arch in the lower back. We'll do 15 each side. So 1, 1, 2, 2. Like that. Then I'm going to have you do side V-ups. So you'll turn onto one side. And this is different than the fish flops that we did. Those were very much stacked and not much motion. These are going to be a little different. You're going to shift your weight back just a little bit so you're not totally stacked. You have your arm over your head, but if this bothers your shoulder, then don't worry about it. You can kind of keep it down here. You're going to exhale as you reach up. Inhale back down. Very slow, very controlled. If you find that it's hard to keep those legs straight, then let's bend them. Same concept. You're still getting a ton of oblique work right here. So we'll have you do 10 each side. And then we're going to do a 30-second plank saw. So come down into a plank, a forearm plank. You're going to turn your palms up. That way we keep the work in the core and we don't absorb as much of the weight in our hands and in our shoulders. So strong plank. Find this first, and then for 30 seconds you're going to saw forwards and backwards, staying totally parallel to the ground. Squeeze in the booty, squeeze in the core, squeeze in the thighs. Everything is so tight. So 30 seconds. Then I'll have you repeat that. And then for the cool down, we're going to start with your legs open wide. Inhale up. Exhale as you fold over. And try to keep those knees and those toes facing up, not let them roll in. But come to a place where you feel comfortable and a little slight discomfort, so we want to stretch a little bit. I was a dancer for many years, so don't be thrown off by my flexibility. Sometimes people are like, what are you doing? But it's because I've done this forever. So just come to a place where you feel a little bit of stretch, and we'll have you come over to that right leg, bend down, and we'll have you turn and actually face that leg, come down. Same thing to the other side, up and over, really reach for that nice stretch on the inside of the body. And then turn over that leg. And then we're going to have you take that right arm across the chest. I love this stretch. Pull that shoulder down. Same thing other side. And then we'll come over to the right side and pull a little bit over to the left. Same thing other side. And then, let's see, and then we're gonna have you stand up and do a deep inhale. Exhale, reach up as high as you can. Reach up a little to one side and then to the other. And then let's kind of swing those arms out. And that's everything. If you have any questions, as always, just let me know. And let me know which weights you used, what kind of soreness you feel, any kind of discomfort, anything that needs to be kind of taken down a couple notches and made easier, or what was kind of easy and you want to make more difficult. So enjoy the workout, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Have a good one.